right, and welcome on into DMS Adventurers Tavern, where adventure is always on the menu. We are here for our Strixhaven College of Chaos adventure, where our adventuring party is currently attending the Strixhaven Magical University, and not getting into too much trouble so far. But they are officially coming towards the end of their second year on campus. But before we jump into that, let's go ahead. Our weekly schedule for D&D here within the tavern, our streamed games are on Monday. We have our Dragon of Icespire Peak adventure, our traditional classic D&D adventure. We've got our oh good lord, you guys. All right. He's not even here, and he's redeeming treat time.
I was just about ready to do it. Yeah, beat me to it.
On Fridays, we have our Eberron campaign that took a week off this week, but we'll be back next week. And then we have, of course, our Strixhaven College of Chaos adventure. All right. Cause we will miss you. And Cooper, we will miss you as well. We are currently down several members of the Haven's Heroes tonight, as it seems that, they got pulled away from study time. They're, causing chaos elsewhere. But let's go ahead and actually jump over to the group over here. Let's see. I want to make sure and get these guys off because I forgot. All right. All right. We are here with a couple of our Haven's Heroes adventurers. We have with us Began, played by Kate.
Hello.
We have Eivor, played by Anna.
Hello.
We have Sky, played by Torque.
I think I saw like 3 copies of Sora dancing around last night.
I think you did. And we have Felfiz, played by Tor.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you did actually see that, Sky.
Did that happen?
They were riding on the things you summoned, so yeah.
Oh man, things got out of control. It was crazy.
They did. They did, in fact, get out of control. As a matter of fact, speaking of what happened last night, or last week, as the case may be, our Haven's Heroes, leading the way in the current Star Student group points, was actually challenged by the Shadow Brigade and the Dragon Posse to a performance singing competition on stage at the Biblioplex, with the understanding that, you guys think that you're big stuff and that they are going to kick your butt on stage before they kick your butt within the Mage Tower games that will be coming up next week, actually. So you had a little bit of time to make a plan and then execute said plan. And going last, after seeing the one of your competitors completely and utterly bomb, the second group did quite well. In fact, a very distinct part of their performance was actually thanks to one of your party members, two of your party members, as Rosie used the magic item that Felfiz gave her with Telvin's roars in it as a performance aspect as she chased the other people around stage. After having them do that, it was time for Haven's Heroes to take the stage. And with some aid, not only from from those on stage, but also a little bit of unknown to the person aid from a invisible druid party member. You were able to put on a performance. Sky summoned some creatures that ended up not being exactly what he intended to summon, but it worked out. Sora cast mirror image and had actually the mirror images as well as themselves riding on the creatures that Sky had summoned. And all in all, the performance went quite well, and you were successful in well, let's just say, I don't think one of those groups is going to challenge you to something ever. Never, ever. So, all right. But with that, you celebrated your victory, and Felfiz and Rosie, came back to the dorm where Rosie was invited to stay for dinner and drinks to celebrate, and you all had a very chill and close-knit celebration after this impromptu musical battle. Now, having done 2/3 of your semester already, you actually have been doing fairly well with your classes so far. And it is those classes that we are actually going to kind of go over at this point. Let's see here. Let's go ahead, and before we jump into the stuff for this this week, let's go ahead and we're going to see how well you guys did with your classes for this week. So, who would like to go first?
Go. I think I might be able to handle a test right now.
Okay. This is literally just to see how well you've been studying, how well you have done the classes and whatnot. So, Sky, you are currently taking along with the symbology class, of course. You are taking 3 classes. The first one is pushing up daisies using death to fuel life. The second one, reap what you sow, growing the best sacrificial pest. Or just add water, origins and trends in water binding. What would you like to take your test on, or take your role on this time?
Well, let's see. I think I did pretty well on the pushing up daisies last week, so maybe I ought to focus a little bit on some of the other ones. How about the just add water? I'm kind of thirsty after that party last night.
Okay, just add water. All right. Let's see here. All right. Let's see here. Let me pull that one up. All right. Okay, so in this class, Professor Aqua teaches you about finely tuning the control to achieve perfection. In this class, she teaches you how to unleash yourselves, not to the point of losing control, but enough to let loose your full potential. For students used to dealing with smaller and more easily controlled spells, the feeling of being able to open themselves up to this magical power can be both terrifying and exhilarating. During this class, she assigns you certain things on homework, but a lot of which consists of studying the modern trends to help you see how others control their powers of the water. And what I need from you, Sky, is a Arcana or Strength save to see how well you are listening and working on the origins and trends in water binding.
Oh wow. Guess I'm gonna go with Arcana.
Okay.
I've been, Felphus has been like tutoring me a little bit, so maybe I could do it.
Okay. 6. Okay.
Oh, geez. Can I?
What would you like to do?
that?
Yep.
Can I ask you that and
You
see if I
can.
can check my notes again?
I'm so glad we're still all rolling bad.
Oh yeah. No, there's no no problem there.
Let's see. I found my other notes. These are a little better.
They are a little bit better, and you do still struggle with this class, and you know that perhaps you might need to work with the upperclassmen, as you know, as in hiring a tutor other than Felphis, because it seems that you're having a little bit of trouble controlling the extra power that is in these spells. But you don't immediately fail the class. You're struggling, but you do survive. Okay.
Wow. Work harder on this one. It's tough as a druid, man. Most of our stuff just comes natural. It's tough.
And you do get the feeling that with the fact that you are a druid and most of it does come naturally, it is those spells that are not the ones that come naturally that you seem to be having the most of a struggle with. And even though you are a druid and you think that this should be able to come naturally to you, you have yet to really deal with any spells of this level before. And because, let's see. Well, no, actually you would. It's a level 3 spell. But it is the power behind it that you are struggling with. So, but you managed to survive. So who would like to go next? We've got Began, Felphis, or Eivor. Eivor, you didn't actually. I need you to choose your classes if you can.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
It's okay. But
I'll go now.
It's
okay. All right. So wiping the slate clean, getting to the root of poisons, or soft spoken. What would you like to? Which one did you do last time? Do you remember? Okay. All right. I think it was wiping the slate. Yeah. Okay. So do you want?
I'll do the soft spoken one.
Okay. All right. So the enchanting power of the soothing language. Now, this class, taught by Professor Sace Solendile, knows that sometimes the best way to stop a fight is not to strike before it's begun, as some of the other professors might suggest, but to actually take a deep breath and discuss things before violence becomes necessary. In the first half of the course, students are given readings of eloquent essays and prolific poems that teach the foundation of lowering tensions. In the second half, they are assigned to groups and instructed to take turns making the others angry or upset and then attempting to use magic to calm the situation down. Now, for you, Felphis, you have lots of people to practice on. Some a little more difficult to anger than others, but you...
Yeah, I tried to practice with Sky and Squaggles. No.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing.
Yeah. You get the feeling that spells like Calm Emotions is probably not going to be super effective against Sky and Squaggles when it comes to practicing.
Well, I couldn't even get them upset. I mean, they're just so chill.
Yeah. But some of the others, like, you have worked in the lab with with Eivor enough to know the triggers that you need to do.
I don't want to do it against my friends.
No, but you to practice, you know these little triggers and stuff, and so you can pick those up, and yeah. So what I need from you is Arcana or Persuasion to see how well you are doing with.
Can I take my other one?
Can you take your other Arcana roll? No, you cannot. But would you like to do anything to this roll?
I'll do an action.
Okay. Nobody's helping you today, though, huh? That was worse.
Still receive.
Okay. That's much better. So, you, now, Felfiz, you're not one of those people that traditionally goes around and makes people be pissed off at you. You actually, like, are quite the opposite for the most part, and you try to avoid said conflict when, as a general rule. So at first you kind of struggle a little bit with the making people angry part of this assignment, but you are great at the whole calming them down. And yeah, it's quite the talent. You do quite well at calming these people down. That your professor is a little concerned that you are not going to be able to pass the final exam in order to, piss people off enough that you need to calm them down. But if you can get them pissed, you can do it. All right.
Just bring me some of the dragon posers and it'll be good.
True. And actually, you notice that the ones that you do the best at are the ones that are on the dragon posers. Like, you struggle for the Shadow Brigade, like, pissing them off, that but the posers, oh, definitely. Easily. All right. Eivor, that brings us to you.
I'll do the introduction to Illuminancy, or
Okay.
I don't know how it's pronounced.
Yep. I was gonna do Begin last, so this worked. All right. And also because Anna chose it. All right. Let's see. Let's see here. All right. So, shedding light, the introduction. Oh, okay. All right. So, in this general purpose introductory course to Illuminancy, the professor covers like the fundamental techniques of bearing light and serving as a beacon in the community. Whereas some of the other courses for this second year focuses more on using words to inspire others, this one actually focuses on theory and applications behind actual light magic. And in this class, you are tested about how well you can use the magic that you learn to pierce the magical darkness. What I need from you is either an Arcana or an Insight check, please.
Ooh, I'm good at both of those, so I'll do Arcana.
Okay.
It's a flat roll.
It is a flat roll.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Hey.
There you go. Now, this works for you. You know that working the way that you do, light is extremely important. And knowing that sometimes there are even instances where more light is better than others. And as you are successful in this class, you know that you will always be filled with the light and possibility of luminancy, because you have learned how to harness that ability. All right.
Cool.
So
Which probably
Beacon.
also helps you with wrangling the rest of us.
It's true. And if you need a spotlight, you've definitely got one. Okay. Beacon.
That's a good transition.
Uh-huh. Oh no. Okay, her internet just decided to not cooperate. All right. So,
Ours did that yesterday too. It threw a little fit.
it did, especially because I needed to use it. All right. So, before we get into Beacon's classes here, just to kind of go over a little bit.
Does Eivor want to be on our Mage Tower team?
That was what I was gonna
I can,
ask.
am I the backup?
So they chose last week. So it's a team of 5. And Felfiz and Telvin were definites. Sky was, I believe, decided that yes they would, but then Squaggles and Sora were kind of alternates, depending on if you wanted to participate.
I mean, I think maybe that should be. I mean, I'd like to, but I also don't want to like take somebody else's spot on there. It could be like a.
No, Squaggles didn't want to participate unless somebody didn't want to. So.
Okay.
There's definitely a spot.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm making all the costumes. I mean, uniforms.
Very important.
Yes. All right. And
the branding.
They also
best dressed team there.
They also
tassels.
chose the Quandrix mascot. So because you guys do have Sora's mascot with you at all times, so
yeah, we're gonna be hiding Kazoo.
Yes.
A Kazoo.
Yes. All right.
Sounds like a lot harder to hide a little tiny Kazoo somewhere and make people find it.
Did I tell you that kazoos are now canon in my Wednesday in-person game?
That makes sense.
Because there was
they also have Fantasy Costco. So.
Yes, they do. They do have Fantasy Costco, but somebody made a comment that this shop had all kinds of trinkets up the wazoo, but he mispronounced wazoo to kazoo, and then it became a whole thing. So now kazoos are canon.
Things.
Seems about right.
Yeah.
I know those players.
Yeah. Yeah. It was really funny because it was. I'm like, what? And then they're like, we want to go to the shop to find out if they actually sell kazoos, and I'm like, oh good lord. Now, kazoos are gonna be the new scones from Friday. They're just gonna hand out kazoos everywhere they go, apparently. All right, so.
Well, if they buy them at Fantasy Costco, they'll be fine.
Exactly. Began, which class would you like to work on today? You've got Speak with the Dead. You've got, so that's the conversation with departed professors. You've got Beyond the Veil, contacting vengeful and violent spirits of the past, which I believe that, did you do the departed professors one last time?
Yeah.
And then you've got casting a long shadow, tools for embracing darker magics.
I'm a little worried about Began this term.
This trimester is a little dark for Began, yeah.
I'll do the third one.
Okay.
Are you going into your goth phase?
Yes.
I'm going to my goth phase.
All right. Cast a long shadow, tools for embracing darker magics, which is always a great idea for Began to learn. Now, the professor, Brenneth Blackstone, a infamous tiefling who combines demonic shadow magic with incomancy, teaches his students how to give in to their darker thoughts and desires to achieve their goals. Now, members of the of certain organization thought that they could easily sway him to their side, given his love of power. However, that doesn't really work for this professor, and you actually have learned that his classes can be very dangerous and terrifying, as he makes you face some pretty dark horrors. And as you come home,
Excuse me.
bless you, as you come home and study the words and incantations needed during class as homework, you feel like if you're able to successfully do this, that there is a good chance you will be able to summon something dark. Those who face the darkness well enough to earn passing marks may be able to summon something.
Hey.
So, what I need from you is a intimidation or deception roll.
Ooh. I'm going to intimidate. I'm a tiny little fairy.
Yeah, doing dark magic.
Doing dark magic, and I'm going to intimidate.
Okay. All right. Just out of curiosity, Beacon, when you go to this class, are you still in your very vibrant colors?
No.
No, you do the whole goth thing and
I've definitely taken to wearing like purples and blacks.
Okay.
Deep blues.
Okay. Perfect. And with that, you actually do quite well. It seems that although this does kind of go against your initial types of magic that you do, you are seeming to be able to embrace it, much to Felfiz and the rest of your group's concern. All right.
Reasonably so.
Yes. All right.
It's very
What's
dark.
better than an emo goth kid? One that can raise the dead.
I mean,
It's getting kind of scary, man.
you know what? You're not wrong, Tor, about having flashbacks to us playing the Devil game in Jackbox with Kate being one of the kids. Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
No matter what.
I
Always
mean, I completed last quarter or trimester.
Uh-huh. So, yeah. So it's one of those situations that it's like, okay, a little concerned about Began, but you'll be okay. All right. So, with that all said and done, is there anything that any of you would like to do on campus before we move on to something else?
I want to have a Haven's Heroes art show.
Okay. Sure.
Or maybe a talent show.
Okay.
But like a museum style.
Okay.
So it's not just straight up art.
Mm-hmm.
But like whatever talent you have that you could display, I think we should like have a gallery.
Okay. All right. And how would you like to do that?
I think what I'll do to start, this is what I'll do today, is I will spend some time what magic would it take to make like the letters that sing to you?
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
I do.
Like you open the letter and it like sings to you.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of magic would I need for that?
There's magic mouth, but that has to be on something that has a mouth. There's also some other ones.
I think can't Eivor like do some tinkering on things and have him do stuff like that?
Well, I mean, that's basically what I did for Rosie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to get together maybe with Eivor and create. I'm going to get together with Eivor, and I'm going to work on making like little invitations for everybody in Haven's Heroes including Katie, because she's honorary.
Uh-huh.
And I want them to, when they open them up, Vegan's going to sing them a little song about how cool we are and that we should have a gallery, and they are invited to submit a piece of displayable talent for the gallery.
Okay.
And then I want to see if we can create a gallery that comes off my room.
Okay.
Sounds pretty cool.
All right.
So everyone's invited. So they've got some time to think about what they're going to submit. But I think we should have a gallery.
Well, all right then. That sounds like a good plan.
Susan's like, what?
Sure.
I think I got an idea what I might be able to do. I just got to really study hard to see if I can pull it off. It'll be tough.
See, it's going to be cool stuff.
Okay.
Literally anything that Eivor or I tinker can go in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is there a limit to the amount of items that can be submitted?
Let's go with 3 per person for now.
Okay. All right.
Eivor, you just have your goat go and stand in the corner.
Yeah.
True facts. True
I
facts.
mean, it's a lot for every day on campus, so unless I know shit's gonna go down, he usually stays here.
Okay.
The goat's bed could be in there in the gallery amongst the cool stuff.
Uh-huh. Okay, so you're going to have... Okay. Sure. We can... In true, I miss our squaggles. Alright, we will have your room expand out that way.
Oh, yes. Squaggles would have already had it ready. It would have been already happening.
You try and talk the rest of them into it.
Yep.
Especially Telvin.
Yep. Yeah. So, alright.
You could have like a buffet that he refreshes every day in there.
Alright. So, then with that, okay.
I'm just gonna hang out with Rosie.
I figured you would. You still have a date and stuff to do.
Shush.
Okay. So, then, is there anything else that you guys would like to do on campus?
I want to see if I can sneak into the, scriptorium collection.
Okay.
Just to read more of those books.
Okay. You're trying to sneak in?
Well, I want to see if they'll let me in there, and if not, then I might try and sneak in.
Okay.
Just since, I helped.
Right. Give me a persuasion check. Okay. You can go over, go talk to the librarians. You work there, so they know you. And yeah, you are given access to that. You are given access to the effect of you are the only one allowed in there, and if something happens, they know who is responsible.
Well, I get the feeling that there was some sandwich mess left from the last time we were there.
There wasn't just sandwich mess. There was a whole...
Well, that's not our fault that the monster was there.
But they don't care because that was still happened within the time you guys were in there. So...
Yeah, they're welcome. It's gone now.
Alright. Okay. So, with that, Is there anything else, Sky, that you need to do?
Yeah, I'm kind of working in the garden. I'm gonna spend if we have like a whole down day or whatnot. I'm past this over 8 hours and just really like the plants really happy, man.
Okay. All right. You definitely do so. Okay. And it seems that that your group has made so many leaps and bounds to be able to do this, and yeah, it looks amazing over there. Yep. All right.
I have a question.
What?
So right now, as far as my instrument proficiencies, I only have a longhorn.
Okay.
What do I need to do to get proficient in some more instruments?
Take a class that has proficiency in instruments and also practice a lot.
So can I start spending time practicing?
You can. You can actually spend
Or take
downtime.
a feat.
Or take a feat.
I'll spend downtime. Okay. I don't know how that all works. I'm a really smart D&D player.
You are. Okay, so yeah, you can do that. All right. Okay. All right. So, well then, okay. What instruments would you like to become proficient with?
I want to become proficient with the shawm.
Okay.
Because I have one of those. And I think and the flute. I have one of those.
Okay. All right. No problem. All right. Nice. So, yeah, I would say, you know what? Give me a performance roll for each of those.
Okay. Performance for Schwam. I don't know if I'm saying that right.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. You have done really well in practicing with this instrument. Okay. Now give me a performance check with the other one.
Okay, flute. The one
nice.
I play in real life. Cool.
Nice. That's right. I forgot you play the flute in real life.
Yep.
All right. So you are doing quite well in learning how to play these instruments, and yeah, you're doing amazing. And as you even like hang out in the common room and you're playing these, your friends notice that you are getting better and better with them. So
sweet.
All right.
I'll keep practicing.
Nice. Okay. All right. So, with all of that, oh, what was that? I'm sorry. Yeah. Anna, do you have anything for Eivor that you need to do?
Yeah, I got a couple on level up. I got some new infusions I'm gonna work on.
Okay.
Gonna swap one of my sword. So now I can make it shed light and or blind my enemies if I want to.
Nice.
Hence the whole light class.
Uh-huh.
And I got a ring that gives me spell charges back.
Nice.
Yeah. So, gotta work on that. And I do... So, the goggles that I gave Began, if she still wants them, she can have them. Otherwise, I was going to use it to make a bag of holding.
Oh, bag of holding it up, man.
Okay, because I can only have 3 active, and I'm using one for the sword and a new one for the ring, and I'd have to swap the goggles for the bag.
Definitely understand that.
I mean, unless you. But if you want to keep the goggles, you can keep the goggles, and we'll just go without the bag, because
I have one.
you have a bag of holding.
Yep, I got
Alright,
it.
then we'll wait.
Okay, cool.
I got it for some reason or the other. Probably because it's my favorite magic item.
Alright, cool. Yeah, I'll work on those in the lab, get them ready. I mean, technically, I can just do it. Bam, and they're done. That's what I'm working on.
Okay.
A little tinkering on the goat.
Okay. So, Began, while you are working on the uniforms for your Mage Tower game, your sewing needle breaks. And now, this was a special sewing needle that you had brought with you to campus, as it was one that you could use, and if it hit your skin, it would not actually prick you. But it was sharp enough to go through any material and stuff that you needed.
Okay.
But it breaks, and you're only about a third of the way through these uniforms. Now...
My costumes.
Uniforms.
Uniforms.
So you immediately go and run to go find new needle or, what solution to this problem. And as you go around campus to the stores that are on campus, you find regular needles, but you find nothing that is of the quality of the one that you had. But as you are talking to these salespeople, one of them says, I heard that there is someone on campus that is said to be peddling some magic sewing needles.
Is that so?
I don't know what kind of needles or what kind of magic, but I mean, I heard rumor that there was somebody on campus that was said to be selling magical ones, if that's what you're looking for.
Sewing needles.
Yeah, sewing needles is what I heard.
Okay. Well, I'm in.
Okay. Not quite sure where you can find him, but I would say probably, I mean, the tavern's pretty commonplace. Maybe you can find him over there. I don't know.
I mean, we could at least ask around.
Yeah. From what I heard, he goes by Ted.
Ted.
Hey, is that the same Ted that Squaggles and I met? We met, what was his name, like Theodore? Something.
Is that okay? Okay.
Good luck.
Thanks.
It is, in fact, the same person.
Great.
I mean, come on.
He's a really cool dude, man.
He's not just a loan shark. He's got to have other businesses, apparently.
No, actually, I think I liked him.
You did like him. You did.
I think I liked him.
You did.
I think you were with us. Yeah, you were with us.
Yeah, I was there. He was cool. Okay, let's go find Ted McSharkman.
Ted McSharkman. That's his full title. Yeah. All right. Okay, so you head over to, what are we rolling? Perception for?
If I notice.
Notice them.
Yeah.
You know that she ran out because the needle broke.
Couldn't I have just fixed the needle?
I
That was my next question.
I mean, it seems like a relatively simple enchantment. I regularly fine-tune my giant magic mechanical goat.
I mean, you could have.
And she has goggles that I made for her so she can see in the dark.
I'm gonna go to a loan shark to get a deal.
Like, let me try and fail first.
Okay, hold on. Wait a minute, though. Hold on. Began, give me a straight intelligence check.
Okay.
Would you make the
I
connection?
assist for disadvantage.
Yes. Sky can totally assist for disadvantage.
That's okay, I'll go on my own. Okay, intelligence.
Okay. So you know what, Sky?
Okay.
Sky, give me a intelligence roll just because I want to see how much you're assisting in this.
Oh, gee.
Perfect. So Began,
Like, oh wait, hold on. I have an idea. Ivor. Someday I'll pronounce it right. But that's where we need to go.
Wait with bated breath.
Oh dear.
And you're asking her for a favor would be a great time to pronounce it right.
It would.
Eivor.
Yay! I have a question, Eivor. It's kind of an
Okay.
urgent one.
Mm-hmm.
I have all these costumes to
Uniform.
sew, right? Oh, uniforms. I have all these uniforms to sew, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Your magic sewing needle broke. I heard.
oh, yeah, it did. And
Dreams.
I can certainly try. I'm familiar with the enchantment, right?
You are. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I'm pretty good at this kind of stuff, so I would imagine give me enough time and I could do it. Might even be able to fix this same needle.
okay, I'm gonna present her the busted needle
Okay.
and say, pretty please.
All right. So you look at the pieces of this needle, and yeah, like you could probably do this in your sleep.
Hmm?
It's really funny that you know.
She went all the way down, got there, almost sold her soul, and then realized, wait a minute, my roommate does this for fun.
But then
It's her major.
Then you realize that Sky was with her, and it all makes sense.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, you can fix the sewing needle so that that Began can keep working on the uniforms. I really wanted to see if Began would catch that you might be able to do it.
I'm gonna go back to my lab, and I'm gonna shut the door behind me, and then after I take like a minute or two to fix it, I'll spend like another like half hour working on the ring, so she doesn't feel that dumb. That it took me like 2 minutes to fix.
Okay.
And then I'll come back out and present it.
All right. Nice. Okay. All right. That's funny. So she comes walking back out with this needle for you, Began.
Thank you. I am ready to rock.
As you did you do anything else special to it, Ava, or does it just have the enchantment to not poke her skin?
I'll like maybe a stronger metal. Like, what kind of metal is it made out of? Is it a decent quality needle, or is it just like a shit needle with a clever enchantment on it?
No, it's pretty decent needle. It should not have broke.
It should not have broken?
It should have not have broken.
Oh, okay. So before I started fucking around with it, then I probably would have taken a closer look at it. Like, if it should not have broken, I would have investigated before fixing it and destroying any evidence.
So, you see that it was whatever broke it. It seems that it had been, like, tampered with.
Vegan, do you ever take this thing out of our rooms?
I mean, I've been sewing every chance I get.
So it's left our rooms.
I mean, yeah.
Like you've taken out, like, on the quad and shit.
Well, I mean, I've got to get all these costumes done. I mean uniforms.
No, I get that, because if it hadn't left, that would be very bad. Now it's only just mostly bad?
What's mostly bad?
It means that whoever broke it didn't somehow break in here, or was one of the people allowed in here. So it's good that it's not somebody we super duper trust, but bad in that now it could be anybody.
What do you mean somebody broke it?
I think somebody fucked with your needle, dude. Because stuff with enchantments on it, the enchantment itself is worked into the object. It makes it not impossible to break, pretty difficult. Like,
So
it would not have broken by you just using it as intended. That's not how.
Well, I promise I was only using it as intended.
No, I believe you. That's the problem. Who would fuck with your sewing needle?
I don't know, but that's not cool, man. Because I have tons of stuff to get done.
No, I know.
And I've been recently dipping into some of this interesting magic, and they don't want to mess with me.
Right.
You can figure it out?
I can try. Do I see any obvious signs of tampering, like, other than the fact that it's broken?
You did see that where it broke was, a straight, clean break. It wasn't made to, like, be...
look natural.
Exactly.
What the hell? Do I have anything for that? To identify who the fuck? I don't think so. No, I don't have anything for that. Well, I'll make a note of it and fix it, and it's just like a normal size sewing needle, right?
Correct.
I'm gonna put my clan sigil on it when I fix it, so Beacon will potentially remember that she can bring it to me. I don't know if it's... I'm good, but I'm not that good to fit that kind of text on a needle.
I mean... But you, yeah, you can do that. Okay?
Why somebody would mess with your needle, man?
Someone's got a funky sense of humor. That's not cool.
Well, it means everybody needs to keep an eye on their stuff. If somebody's gonna be tampering with it, do we... Like, it's no secret that you're making our uniforms for the team.
I mean...
Maybe it's somebody on the other teams that we need to have a word with. Or keep an eye on.
We should definitely keep our eye on the other teams.
Okay. Alright. Okay. So, what do you want to do?
Do we go confront some people? Do we need to do a shakedown?
Do you?
I don't know, do we? Because it was just they sabotaged your needle, but nothing else that we know of, right?
Right.
I'm going to investigate my room and make sure no one's been in my room.
Okay.
Yeah, man, like, I mean, can maybe, I don't know if Eivor or Felfis, are you able to like investigate and maybe figure out what kind of magic was used on it to break it?
I would imagine like a dispel magic or some kind of damn. Like, can I do like a intelligence or arcana check
Sure.
to?
Arcana is fine.
Yeah. So Felfis and I can like brainstorm something.
Sure. Everything looks fine, Beacon.
Yeah, it looks great. I get distracted a little bit and I'm playing with my instruments.
17.
Okay.
I'm like Sean cleaning his room.
It's true. All right. Yeah, so you work on trying to figure out, and you do know that it was dispelled, and then it seems that whatever other magic was used, it was dispelled first.
Yeah, it would have had to have been.
What?
Are there tool marks on it? Like if somebody had like cut?
No, it looks like it was magically cut or magically broken.
Okay, I'm going to cast locate object.
Okay.
To see if this is the real one, or if somebody swapped out her thing.
Okay. All right. Okay. So you sit here and you take a moment and you cast locate object. And as you know that Eivor is working on the needle across the room from you. So it should ping in that direction. It does not. It pings in a different direction.
That's not the real needle. Which direction?
It pings in the direction of the Prismari campus.
What?
Who'd you piss off?
Who'd I piss off?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody, but...
Anyone in particular? Any other Prismari in particular? Besides, the ones that we are absolutely killing in the Star Student Challenge.
No, I can't. I'm racking my mind, guys, and I really think I am just a ball of sunshine, and everyone loves me, and I've pissed no one off.
The three of you, please give me an insight check.
I believe her.
Okay, never mind.
I call bullshit on the ray of sunshine, considering she's dark.
They called her out for an encore after that solo last night, man.
Yeah, and I'm thinking maybe somebody's a little pissed off about getting shown up like that.
Yeah, they were pretty upset.
We have been kicking all kinds of ass since the day we showed up. Somebody is going to be pissed off about that, and somebody, considering the amount of stress we're under at this school, is going to do something stupid because they're desperate. Or because they're just a shit given. Or both.
I think I'm gonna go with both.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's go find him, though, man. Like, stealing's not cool. One thing to, like, prank, but, man, this is something that's, like, important.
Yeah. It's our uniforms. I said it right that time.
You did say it right that time.
Maybe they're trying to sabotage our uniforms in the hopes that it'll make us not do as well.
Rude.
Okay. So, are you following the way that it...
Yeah, and I'll keep casting it until we find the person.
Okay.
Sweet.
Alright. So, you head towards the Prismari campus. Now, the Prismari campus is definitely
I'm bringing the goat.
okay.
It's gonna be a shakedown. I'm bringing the goat.
Bring in the goat. All right. Okay, so let us go ahead and come over to the Prismari campus. All right. Now, you haven't, with the exception of those attending actually Prismari, you guys haven't spent a ton of time over here. But you can in fact head this direction and know, that you will be able to do so, to follow it. Right, Tor, right. I just saw your message. But you head over following Began's path and following your locate object spell, Felfiz, to the Prismari campus. And let's see here. There we go. All right. So you know that this campus has the Conjurate Hall, which is the towering structure with the glassed-in observation area at the top. There is Opus Walk, which has hundreds of Prismari creations displayed along the path that winds through the general campus buildings, giving the path its name, of course. And then there is the Fury Gale. It's on the outskirts of the campus. The abandoned creations of thousands of past artists, mages, have coalesced over the years into a realm known as Fury Gate, sorry.
Furry is different.
Sorry, Fury Gate. Roped off by magical wards and warning signs, it is several acres of ever-changing magical energy. Alright. But you actually can follow the locate object. How many spell slots do you have, Felfis? To cast this?
One moment.
And, okay.
I have 3 second levels and 3 third levels. So
Okay. Yeah, so
I
you're
can
good.
use up my second levels first.
I would say by the time you get to this point, you would spend a total of 3 spell slots to do it. As,
For like half an hour.
Yep. And you find yourselves within the hallways of the dorms for the second year students here on Prismari campus.
Cast
Great.
armor and say this is where we're going.
Are we breaking the door down?
I don't know. Are
I
you
don't
breaking
know.
the door down?
So we need a plan. I'm not usually one to plan, but I feel like we need a plan.
So we don't know who has it, but we know where it is.
Yes.
You just ask him.
Ask seems so boring.
No, we should try to handle it peacefully between ourselves, and if they refuse to cough it up, we can always threaten to report them to the staff for theft, property theft.
Oh no, man, I know narc.
No,
Yeah,
but if they're
it's
stealing
smart. I can
if they're
calm things
stealing other
down.
people's shit, then it's literally a crime, and how do we know that you're the only one they've stolen from?
Like,
Oh, I mean,
today,
well, I mean,
knowing, but tomorrow it could be someone's arcane focus or
Medication, because if they thought it gave them an edge, who's to say where they'll stop?
man, where I grew up, there's no such thing as stealing, man. You just, like, it's there, you just borrow it, man.
Yeah, do you usually ask, right? You're like, hey, can I borrow this? And they're like, yeah, sure, right?
Oh no,
or
not always,
been
like,
made
if it's
clear
just, like, right
before,
there.
if you need it, take it. It's not a problem.
Hey,
But that's like an understanding you have with the other people around you, right?
yeah, like mine, everything's like nobody owns anything where I'm from, man. Like,
See,
it's all
that's
ours, man.
like, because if like Felfiz needed to borrow some of my tools for one of his projects, all he has to do is ask me, because if I'm in the middle of my own project that needs those tools, it could ruin the whole thing if I don't have the tools exactly when I need them.
Oh, yeah, I get that. Yeah, that makes sense.
But like if, Felfiz unexpectedly was like, oh shit, I need these right now, I'd be like, yeah, man, go ahead. It's alright. I totally understand. But
I have no understanding with anybody about being able to take my sewing needles.
because you thought it
if
had
I just
broken.
walked up and grabbed the tool out of Avor's hands, that wouldn't be cool, man.
No. What would be deeply uncool is if like Felfiz like took my shit and replaced it with broken shit on purpose so that I couldn't do what I needed to do.
You messed up.
That's
I'm
right.
working on my project for my class, and now I take my tools that I need to finish it, and I try to use them, and they break, and I go, oh shit. And now I gotta spend extra money and time on new tools because they decided what they were doing was more important than what I was doing.
Which is poopy.
It's like, you're growing like plants and shit for some of your projects, right? How would you feel if somebody went and got rid of all the fertilizer or swapped it with stuff that you thought was good but was bad, so you couldn't do good and it would make them look better? Because that's what's happening here.
But what if they were growing more plants? I don't know, man.
No,
What if
like,
they swapped out your sacrificial pest for one they knew wouldn't grow and wouldn't work?
yeah. So you thought you were giving them good stuff, but it was stuff that killed them instead.
Oh man, no! If they killed my plants, man, that would be not cool. Not cool
That's-
at all.
Right? So they took
They're
They took
killing
Beacon's
our
needle
uniforms.
and gave her one that'll break, which will cause her
stab her a bunch.
problems, and then she can't finish our uniforms for the games, and
They're
we need
trying
our
to cheat us.
uniforms.
Oh yeah, so let's get her needle back then. We just knock, or like, do we know? Like, is there a name on this door? Like, which door are we standing out in front of? Do we know?
Are you having this conversation directly in front of the door of the room?
Probably on the walk over.
Okay, that's what
Yeah,
I'm just like.
like on our walkover.
Oh,
Just
Like,
checking.
we're not being subtle, I don't think.
No.
No, we're not being subtle at all.
You don't see a name, but you see a family crest on the front, on the door. Everybody else has like a name on theirs. This one has a crest on it.
Oh, do I recognize it?
Give me a history check.
History.
Some rich-
Theoretically good at that.
Theoretically.
No.
Okay.
No.
Felfiz, you don't recognize the thing, but you do immediately make the assumption that the Tory just made. Which is that this
Some rich
probably
kid.
is a rich kid's room.
Yeah.
Noble.
Pretentious. Entitled.
Oh yeah, no. I see that that there's a sigil, and I'm like, oh, this shitty rich kid. I hope he starts shit so I can break his teeth.
I will be ready with my potentially calming of the things.
Oh, oh no,
Sorry,
dude, you're
don't
a
know if
clan
I'll use
kid.
it.
You gotta be
I'll be
better
use it.
about sabotage than this. I'm insulted, honestly. Don't even break it. Just steal it and replace it with a shitty fake. Dude, we're going to a magic school. Someone's gonna have locate object. Dude, like,
Or
be better
identify.
at sabotage.
That was kind of dumb that they thought they could squeeze that one by without anybody noticing, huh?
Yeah.
So I have one question. So the enchantment that like saved my fingers was removed?
No.
No, they gave you a shitty fake one.
Okay.
They did a switcheroo. They took the real one.
Enchantment on it, broke it, So that way
So
when
they
we
would
detected
think-
magic, we'd see it was dispelled and then swapped it.
That's dumb.
It's like a counterfeit, man.
Mhm.
I'm ready to fight somebody.
What's your musician?
Okay. So what are you doing? Are you knocking on the door? What are you doing?
I want to listen at the door. Is there anybody? Can I hear any movement inside?
Give me a perception check.
I want to investigate the door and see if there's anything
Okay.
like.
Where was that before?
On perception. Okay. So you listen at the door, and you do hear some like movement inside the room. You don't hear talking. You just hear like movement. Someone is inside. Felf, as you're looking at the door itself.
Yeah, like, and at the crest, like, is there some kind of hidden trap or something, to let them know if somebody comes in who isn't supposed to? Have they done anything weird to the door?
Okay. You
That
don't
I'd be
see
able to
you don't see anything that has been done to the door. No.
I don't want them to have, like, some kind of stupid fireball spell for whoever knocks on their door at certain times.
Okay. All right. So you don't see anything on the door that seems to give off the feeling of sabotage.
When did they hired somebody else?
I don't know. We're
But
gonna find out.
we heard movement, but
I
not
heard
voices.
movement.
Yep.
Oh.
Not
Alright, I'm gonna
not voices, but movement. Yes.
knock on the door.
Say, is the door locked?
I'm gonna knock on the door.
Okay.
Dorm room.
Right.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's not as fancy as ours.
It is
Just
not.
the door.
It is not as fancy as yours. As you knock on the door, you hear some shuffling come, towards you, and the door is opened, and you see standing in the doorway Quintilis.
Oh, he's got a face made for punching, Susan.
Where's this? Ugh.
That
Yeah.
smirk right there just tells
He's
you
got
he's
a-
up to no good.
Yeah, he's got
Like
a
that
face
smirk
made
on
for punching.
Face.
So you all have met this
Douchebag.
gentleman before. This is Quintilis Amphibian Mentor the Third, which is, and it gets better. Just wait. He is, in fact, a member of the university's Play Actors Drama Guild, where he feels that he is the best of all of the actors. But
I actually know him.
you do.
I have a relationship point.
You do. He is also a member of the Dead Languages Society. But the most important and the one that you all know him the best because of, he is in fact the leader of the Dragon Posse.
Okay. I'm not gonna worry about from this douchebag.
So as he stands in the doorway, he says, "Hello, can I help you?"
Where is it? Do I see it?
Where is what?
With my locate object, do I see it?
It is not directly in front of you. It is in like a side room.
We're tracking a missing item, and let us this way.
Oh, what item are you tracking?
Sewing needle,
Oh,
magical in nature.
that's cool.
It would be cooler if I had it.
I mean, why
See,
do you
it didn't
think-
just disappear. It got swapped for a shitty fake.
Did you roll with Ashy advantage, Tor? Okay. He says, I
You
don't,
wouldn't.
I don't know why.
I'm not
you're
accusing
here.
you of anything. I just want access to the room we're pretty sure it's in, so we can take it and go. 'Cause I don't want to start shit, but I will end shit. So, we want the
Give me
needle.
An intimidation roll.
Alright.
I assume
Sure.
that's what you're going for.
Oh yeah, it's
Uh-huh.
intimidation.
Uh-huh.
I'm bad at it, but you never know.
Okay.
14.
Okay.
14. He knows we're the top students,
He
right?
does. He does.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. We just want the needle. No harm, no foul.
We just... I'm sure it's just a misunderstanding. Not that I'm accusing you of anything.
Oh, I'm not going to stop my foot. I'm flying.
I don't understand why you think that it would be here.
Well, that's more Felf's territory. We're, got that whole locate object spell. On account of we go to a magic fucking school, and...
Yeah, wave my hands and go,
My specialty is magical enchantment, my guy. You think I wouldn't notice that the needle's been swapped out? Or maybe not you, whoever your roommate is. Do you even have a roommate, or is this just your room?
I do not have a roommate. Why would I have a roommate?
Yeah, thought so. Clan kid like you always gets what he wants, and now he's second best at best. It's gotta burn.
I mean third, because the poses are way behind even the Shadow Brigade.
It's posse.
Yeah, we
It's
are
okay,
what? We want the
Look,
needle.
man,
What are you gonna do about
We
it?
know Felfiz has got the spell going. It's been leading us here. It's pointing to your side room here. You just told me you don't have a roommate, so either you cough it up and this ends here, or we go to the staff and tell them that you're stealing people's shit to sabotage their chances at this school.
And by go to the staff, I send a message and they come here.
Oh
We're
yeah,
not even
because
here
we're
with
not walking away to give you a chance to get rid of shit. We'll sit under whatever zone of truth anybody wants to do. Because again, we go to a magic school and you didn't even destroy it properly. You just fucking took it. Or somebody is playing the ultimate long con and setting you up. So what is the story? What you got for me,
Fly
bud?
past his head.
He's taking up the door frame.
How tall is he?
He's like 6'3".
Oh, so he's tall.
He is.
He is. And we're all small.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter.
No.
But, yeah.
He kind of looks at you and like he's holding his own. He is not like shrinking back or whatever. He's just like, I don't know why you think that it would be in here. Why would I sabotage you? Why would I even want to sabotage you? We're gonna kick you
Exactly.
out of the mage tower anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Don't think you've got it, then no harm, man. Just let us in. We'll take a look around and be out of here.
I don't want
Maybe
you in my
somebody's...
place.
Or maybe somebody's setting us both up. Did you think about that? Because, I mean, it seems like a weird thing to steal, but the spell is leading us here. Felfiz has interacted with this needle before, and I trust Felfiz not to fuck the spell up. So, either you took it... Well, it doesn't matter. It's here. Somebody put it here. I don't know if it's you. Could be. Could not be. I don't know. You seem just as confused as we are. Fact of the matter is the needle's here. And if you don't know how it got here,
Well,
then...
I have one request then. Or I should say even requirement. I do not want all of you in my house, or in my room.
That's fair.
I will allow one,
Okay.
Uh-oh.
but not all.
Just one. Who wants to go?
I mean, I have the spell, so I know.
Yeah, you should probably go. You try any shit, bud? No, I don't think you're going to try shit, but I'm, like, more obligated to threaten people on Felph's behalf. He's very squishy.
We have a good system.
And somebody's obviously fucking with us. Us specifically, and you, potentially you too.
So be it. Who do you choose?
Tell me,
Felphus-
Blue. I just start walking.
Yeah, Felphus is the one that has the spell active. Like, it's actively pointing him to the side room.
So, Felphus, you see that he moves aside just enough for you to go by before he turns and he says,
We'll stay right here, right at the doorway. Won't go in.
and he was going to say something.
On my honor as a silver hand.
You see that he stops and he's like, he just kind of nods and he follows Felphus in. Felphus, you walk in to this dorm room itself, and you guys kind of had gotten a little bit of a peek at the room itself through the doorway, but it's very similar to your room in that it has like a little hallway before it opens up into a larger room. And
Can I cast this on Felphus as he's going
enhance
in?
abilities? Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Does it look like the dorms we had last year,
Very similar
but
to
nicer?
very similar to what you had last year, with the exception of it's a little bit bigger, and this one is a little bit nicer, more along the
Rich
lines
boy room.
more along the lines of what Zan had last year as opposed to what you guys had last year. Yeah, so rich kid room. Yeah, exactly. And you see that it is decked out and decorated in the Prismari blues and reds. And considering this guy, you are actually kind of surprised at how very neat and the upkeep here within the room, the dorm is.
He's got people for that shit.
I mean, it's true. But you get to the end of the hall where it opens up into like a living room area, and you immediately take a right and head into what seems to be the kitchen. Walking into the kitchen, you see like a little pantry door to the left, and you go into this pantry, and you're following this beacon, this point, and it seems that it is leading you to the top shelf of in the very back of the pantry.
Is there anything for me to stand on?
Give me an investigation check. Yeah, there's like a like kind of a 5-foot ladder that is there. You see, kind of stores that in the pantry as well, so you can easily get and be able to go up there. And
I'm not gonna touch it. I'm gonna look around it and see like surroundings, everything. If it's dusty, whatever.
As you do so, you get up there and you see that the top shelf of this area is completely empty.
Okay.
You see, with that roll, you see that there is actually a, the point that you are being led to seems, now that you're up on this top shelf, seems to actually go just beyond the back of this cupboard, or this pantry.
It doesn't seem trapped or anything.
It does not.
I will go on. I'll climb up there and try and get through to the back.
So you climb up onto the shelf, and the wall looks to be solid. And as you take your hand and you're pushing on it, it is a solid wall. But the point seems to be on the other side of the wall now.
What's on the other side of this wall?
I assume another dorm room.
I'm going to cast message Ivor and say, I found where it's saying, but it says it might be in the next room over, or I'm missing something here, like behind a wall, but it doesn't look like the wall's been messed with.
Okay. I will respond to the message. Do you want me to go to the next room over? Or, like, did we get a good look at the layout of the dorms? Like, do we know for sure there's another one next to it? Or is there something else?
There is another door down the hallway, yes.
Okay, so I guess we'll...
Let's see, Felfus, you are the only one that has gone into these rooms to know if there's any layout. And, you know, because magic school, the rooms' layouts can be different for each room.
I'm gonna cast the spell magic on the back wall.
Okay. Alright. Okay. So, you cast Dispel Magic, and you see a shimmer before the back wall, that section of the back wall disappears. And you see about 3 foot or so crawl space between this and the next room over.
Shit.
Is it in there?
You see on the very far end of this little crawl space what looks to be a piece of material, like a little bundle. About 4 inches like long, and probably about a half inch or so thick. Not a very big piece of material rolled up.
Cast message again.
Okay.
Let's say, alright, there was a false wall, I dispelled that, now there's a little tunnel that I gotta go in. If you don't hear from me in a minute, just wreck this guy.
Okay.
And his rooms.
Alright, okay, so you cast message. I assume back to Eivor again?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I don't want to tell Began because she might jump a little on the wreck this guy too soon.
Fair.
And
Okay.
I don't want to tell Sky to wreck this guy because he's going to have feelings about it.
Oh, hang on. This crawl space also connects to the next dorm over, though, right?
Yes.
And, like, this dude's obviously, like, a scumbag rich kid, but he seemed genuinely confused about the needle, right?
Yes.
Did the
I'm-
magic look or feel familiar?
Did what?
The magic of the fake wall look or feel familiar?
It was an illusionary magic.
But not like...
Does this kid do illusionary magic? Do we know? I mean,
Yes.
some of us have had classes with him, so he has.
Yes. He's in the Play Actors Guild. Yes. Yes, he is.
Oh, is he, like, a decent actor?
He believes he is the best actor ever. He's actually pretty decent.
But, like...
Yeah.
Okay. Do we know who the next room over belongs to?
You do not.
I want to ask him, who's in the next room?
He's in the other room with Felfus.
Oh. Okay. When I get Felfus's message, I will respond. Ask him who's in the next room. He is in the Actors Club, but he might be telling the truth.
Well, and also I do know him, so would I have gotten the idea that he was lying, or with my second good insight roll?
He wasn't lying. Yeah, you would have gotten that he was not lying. And do you ask him who the person next door is?
Yeah.
He says, that's Nora Ann's room. And you see he has this smile on his face.
Does it look like whenever I say Rosie?
Uh-huh. It does.
Message I wore. It's his girlfriend's room.
Blech. I mean, good for him, I guess. But
Wait.
do we know who Nora Ann is?
Oh, yeah, you do.
Is she nice?
Yeah.
Like, would
seems to be
like-
a pretty kind person.
and would not steal people's magic sewing needles to sabotage their chances at sports?
Well, she is a passionate member of the Distinguished Society of Fine Artists. She does pottery. She,
Oh, Nora Ann?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I know Nora Ann.
Mm-hmm. You
Do we like Nora Ann?
Fine. And he's Dragon Posse?
Mm-hmm.
She's Shadow Brigade.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just gonna float past the whole they have a secret tunnel between their rooms thing and they're dating.
Uh-huh.
Cool.
Of course we are.
That's all I have to contribute at the moment.
Okay.
Amateurs, you don't need a secret tunnel when your dorms are magic.
I guess not, but
You don't know?
Hey, what are we talking about secret tunnels and stuff for? What's going on?
Okay, so here's the thing. I really, really hope that the three of you who are standing in the hallway are having this conversation in the hallway. About secret
Well,
tunnels.
I'm only hearing one side of it, whatever Avor's telling me, because I can't hear what Felf is.
A little bit. Like, how busy is the hall here?
It's like there's students coming and going. There is. I would say,
And we're
not
definitely getting looks, right?
Yeah.
Because we never come here.
right, and not like super busy. It's not like, first class of the morning, everybody's running to get there or whatever. We're talking like middle of the day kind of situation.
Anybody that walks by, I just grow a flower and hand it to him.
Nice.
Man,
So what are you guys doing?
I'm going in.
Okay, you're going in. Now
Okay.
it all
And
makes
we're-
sense of why there is a 5-foot ladder in the pantry. If there's a crawl space. Uh-huh.
I really hope Nora Ann knows that crawl space is there, because if she doesn't, I'm murdering this man.
man, now it just went really dark and
It
creepy.
Did go really
Yeah, I'm
dark and
gonna
creepy.
inspect this other wall to see what's up.
Okay.
Make sure there's no little holes in it or anything.
All right. So you go into the crawl space, and now the guy he's a bigger, taller guy, and
Yeah, this is comfy
fits,
for me.
Yeah, this fits for him. It is super comfy for you. So easily enough, you can grow into this crawl space, and you can see the wrapped package at the other end of it. You get to the other end, and from this side, you kind of reach to the wall, and your hand goes through it.
Okay, but what about the pouch?
The pouch is there. You can pick
I'm
it
gonna
up if you
pick
like.
that up,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna stick my head through the thing that my hand went through.
And you see another pantry. This one very similar to the one that you were just in. Everything, kind of very, very similar. You see a ladder on this side as well. You get the feeling that this is a mutual thing. So.
Is it the needle? I want to open it up and...
This is where the beacon was pointing to, and you unwrap the material, and it is, in fact, the needle.
Does it sound like there's anybody in...
Nora's room? It does not.
Alright, I'm gonna tell Ivor that I found it, and I am going to go through Nora's room and leave.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
I'm looking around for anything that might... does she have more of this fabric? Is there, plan to get revenge on Vegan?
Yeah, there's a total big, giant whiteboard with all of the pictures of all of you.
And the conspiracy yarn, the red
with the
conspiracy
yarn. Yeah, yeah, totally. It's the prominent feature of her living room. Yeah, no. So as you step down into the pantry of Nora's room, and actually exit out into the kitchen, you see on the counter here in the kitchen, there are tons of ceramic, mugs and plates and stuff, and they are of terrible quality. You go out into the living room area, and you see much the opposite of Quintilis's room is this room. It looks like it has been ransacked, but yet not. You see more of the cups and mugs and stuff around. You see papers strewn about for classes. You see what looks to be a charred coffee table, a waterlogged section of the carpet. Clearly, Nora Ann has been practicing her spells within this living room. But you do not see her, and there is no conspiracy board. At least not in this room. So
I'll go to the front door and I'll open it and I'll call them over.
Okay.
And then just tell them, this is where I found this. Look around, and then I'm gonna go back through the tunnel to the other dude.
Okay. All right. So as you climb back through the tunnel, okay, so you come out, and he goes, did you find it? Did you find what you were looking for?
Yes, that and more.
What do you mean, and more? I thought you were only missing a needle.
Yeah.
Then how did you find more? Did you find more than one needle?
No, but I found more than one secret.
What are you talking about?
You really should look at having that tunnel enlarged if you're going to keep going through. Can't imagine it's very comfortable. And I'm going to walk away.
So as he follows you out, he is confused, and just in general, you catch that he's a little bit embarrassed and a little bit ashamed, and also a little bit happy that somebody else knows the secret. But also very, very confused why this needle you were looking for was in here, as well as why you said you found and more. He's like, Felfis, I don't understand. I didn't steal that needle.
Inside you.
Okay. I was just gonna say, that's not better, Sky.
Have a flower, man.
He's like,
Yeah.
Thanks. He is telling the truth. He did not steal that needle.
His
I-
girlfriend did.
Who might have it out for you that they're planting this in your room?
I don't know.
They probably know that we could follow locate object spell here. And there are limits to how far one's name can erase deeds.
Please. I didn't do this. Please,
I believe you. But you probably want to think about who's trying to screw you over then.
I will. I will. I promise.
Because if somebody wants you on my bad side,
He kind of looks up
I'm gonna land.
at Began.
I'm gonna land so I can stomp my foot, and then I'm gonna go back up.
Okay.
They must not like you very much.
Or they could be trying to get to your family. Trying to get you expelled, or who knows what, to make them look bad.
You're right. I will look into this. But please, just, you have what you came for. Please don't say anything.
I don't see a reason to at this point.
Thank you.
Say anything about what?
Good luck.
Oh, who's
Mhm.
trying to frame him for stuff? Come on.
Good luck with your costumes, Began.
Thank you.
He said costumes.
I know, I'm not the only one.
He's a member of the Play
It's a
Actors Guild.
Prismari thing.
He's a member of the Play Actors Guild. Come on.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure I see him around at work when I'm working at the theater.
Yeah. He's like, oh, I mean uniforms. I'm sorry. Uniforms. That's,
Hey, what's the best play you guys have coming up?
well, I would say, I'd say the next one that I'm the lead for, but, well, I'm the lead for all of them, so, probably let's see here, let's see.
Uh-oh, she's typing.
I would say the one that's coming up right before Mage Tower Games is kind of a cool one. It's about this this couple that that are from two opposing families, and their families don't want them together, and that's all that they want is to be together. And well, it's got some interesting plot twists, and I don't want to give it away. but it's about the struggle for them to be together. The look I'm getting right now in real life is funny.
So the tunnel's research then? That's Tor, not.
Yes, totally.
Sounds like it hits a little close to home.
Cool, thanks.
No problem. I was drawing a blank. I had to come up with a play, and I'm like, no, we're gonna go with Shakespeare. We're gonna do it.
Can't go wrong with Shakespeare.
And on the way back, I'm gonna confirm with Vegan whether that would be a good show to take Rosie to.
From what you have seen from their rehearsals, yeah.
It's very well done. It's a little bit, just bring some tissues.
Okay.
Sky, he would be great.
Wouldn't he?
He would be a great lead for Hairspray. Maybe that's next year's play. Alright. So, with that, you guys can make your way back to...
Well, I don't know if Avor's done in the room.
That's true. Eivor, are you done in Nora Ann's room?
Did I find anything interesting?
Give me an investigation check.
Investigation.
You find a lot of extremely subpar pottery. You find a lot of notes on the dorm rooms and who is staying on campus, as she is the assistant dorm supervisor.
She's the RA, man. She knows everybody.
She is. You, other than that, do not... Well, actually, no, with the 20, you do find a single sheet of paper note that tells about some of their plans for Mage Tower and ideas of what might work versus certain teams.
I leave it where I find it, and I don't want to know.
Okay. All right. Anything else over here?
Does she normally have really good pottery that she presents to people? Okay.
No, she's really bad at pottery.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yep, she wants to be really good at pottery. She is not. Alright.
Still kind of confused how Felfus went into one person's room, opened the door in the other one, and then came back out that other person's room. Like, that happened, man.
Felfus is magic, that's how.
They have a secret tunnel for smooching.
Oh. I get it.
Alright. So, with that, you can reconvene back within the dorms of Haven's Heroes. And it is there that we will actually take our break. And we will be back in just a few minutes, guys.
Ready to sew.
and welcome back to DMS Adventurers Tavern, where adventure is always on the menu. We are back for Strixhaven College of Chaos Adventure, back within the dorms of Haven's Heroes, as they kind of hang out and mingle around with the rest of their party members that are around today. Alright. So, after finding Began's needle that had been stolen, you are able to go back to your dorm room, and Began is able to get back to work in the production of their Mage Tower uniforms. By the way, Began, what are those uniforms looking like?
So did everybody want crop tops or just Telvin?
I think it's just Telvin.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so
I just want like some board shorts with tassels or something, man. That'd be pretty sweet.
oh, you want them in shorts form. Got it. Okay. So there are variations here. But generally it's a jersey type fabric, tie-dye in like teal and purple and pink, but like a darker pink, not like a light, yeah, that's what it is. It's teal and purple and darker pink.
Mm-hmm.
Tie-dye in like a swirl, the swirl tie-dye.
Mm-hmm.
And then each one of them has the person's initials on it.
Okay.
Do you want initials or full names, guys?
Well, name would be awesome for me. It's only an extra letter, right?
Sure, we'll do full names.
Well, actually, you want to put my full name? Because that would be pretty righteous. That'd be a lot of letters, though.
We could do it. We could do it down the leg of your shorts.
It's Rainbow Sky of the Ocean.
Oh heck yeah, we're putting that whole thing on. That'll be like a running stripe down the side of his shorts.
Okay.
Because I'm taking requests here to an extent, but it's all out of that like jersey fabric, and it's got black what is it called? Like a black collar, and around the sleeves and around the bottom, the like trim. It's got black trim.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta bring my emo-ness in a little bit.
Okay.
And they say Haven's Heroes across the front with the symbol. So on the back is the name. No numbers, but on the back is the name, except for Sky, where it's running down the side of the... because he doesn't have a shirt. Does this make sense? Am I making sense?
Yeah.
Huh?
Okay, so that's what we've got.
Okay. And my other question is, are you just making them for the Mage Tower team, or are you doing things to match for the rest of Haven's Heroes?
Oh no, all of Haven's Heroes.
Oh, okay.
For sure. And I'm making a bow tie for the goat.
Okay.
Excellent.
Oh, we wanted some tassels too. Definitely tassels.
Tassel.
Definitely tassels. I'm digging the lime green tassels, so we're gonna throw those in there too.
Okay.
But they're gonna be like, not like off the bottom of the jersey, but off like the shoulder.
Okay.
In like a V.
Okay.
So it's like a V, but it doesn't come all the way down, and then you see the Haven's Hero symbol. There's like tassels on the front on either side, like a curtain presenting the Haven's Heroes logo.
Okay.
Love it.
Perfect.
And then under the name on the back.
Okay. All right.
And then for everyone. And then for the people who are not going to be playing, I also make lime green pom-poms.
Of course you do. You have extra tassels for the horns of Aver's goat?
Yes.
Of course you do. And
Little
kazoo.
horn warmers.
Yep. Horn warmers,
Okay.
and this includes food.
In It includes what?
Katie.
Oh, okay. As she is a honorary member of Haven's Heroes.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Okay. So with all of that on your plate, Began, you do find that that will take up most of your waking hours doing this, but you are still within the Distinguished Society of the Fine Arts, and you know that they are currently working on a exhibit for the end of the year, which they do every year, and so you still have your project for that to complete by the end of the year. Decide which one you want to put in. But the Prismari Professor of Expression, Iggy, sponsors this group, and you know Iggy well, and you've told them that you are making these uniforms. And you've actually been told that you could submit, always submit one of the uniforms if you need to. But
I don't know if I need to, but if I want to, I mean, they're going to be amazing.
Okay. But I would like for you to please give me and this is your choice, acrobatics, athletics, or performance roll, please.
For what?
On how you are doing with your, within the designated Society of Fine Artists.
Okay, I'm going to do performance. I'm rolling pretty well tonight. Now that I've said that, I'm going to roll like poop.
You are rolling pretty well tonight. So you're holding your own. You are, you're doing well within this group. You're doing well within your classes. You are, a little frustrated the first time that you go to this organization after the whole needle incident, because it is here that you see Nora Ann.
Mm-hmm.
But, not being one to outright call her out, you manage to avoid that conflict.
I just, when I'm flying around, I just like accidentally smack her a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you do a good job of making it look very accidental.
So sorry. So sorry, I'm such a klutz today. That kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. And it seems that, well, actually, give me an insight check, please.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah. She doesn't seem like her persona to you does not seem any different than it was before. So you don't know if Quintilis even told her about you guys coming by. Because she doesn't seem any different.
Interesting.
It is, isn't it? All right. But all in all, you spend the waking hours studying or working on some art projects or working on these uniforms for all of your Haven's heroes. All right. Sky. You, on the other hand, between your job at the Fire Jolt Cafe and your extracurriculars as well, you have been keeping yourself pretty busy along with studying. As this, let's see here. As you have, let's see, are you doing the zoology class zoology group this time? Right? think. Oh, he might. That's right. He did say he might step away. So I'm gonna change people then. Let's go. All right. Let's see. Eivor. You are working in the campus magic labs as well as the Dragon Guard Historical Society. You are, for the most part, keeping up with everything as you do, because you're good with doing 17 projects at one time. As you deal and you show up for the events of the Historical Society, you kind of meet over snacks and a cup of tea to discuss the events of the past. You yourself are looking forward to the upcoming lecture of the sponsor of this organization, Riri Brighteye. Now, Riri gives a bonus lecture every year, and it is coming up in the next couple of days. And although some students would typically groan and moan about having additional lectures to go to, you actually look forward to these lectures every time. So, I would really like for you to roll me either history, insight, or investigation to see how well you are doing within this club and the interactions associated with it.
Please.
Okay, not bad. I mean, you're getting better at not being quite so awkward around people, unless they're idiots, and that's just, not necessarily your problem, it's their problem because they're idiots, but you definitely hold your own when the debates break out about research findings on historical events that differ between some of the students. You definitely hold your own, and thankful to the aided research by Felfiz, the professor is actually very impressed because you know your shit.
Yep.
Alright.
Ignore the many late nights and near panic attacks and extreme anxiety about not measuring up. Fine, it's fine.
It's totally fine. Alright. Felfiz, the Biblioplex being the library, you do well there. But it is the competitive Spell Flingers Association that you are doing this one. And that would be Arcana or just a ranged spell attack for me, please. Which would be as they are teaching you to be able to hit a target 120 feet away behind a decent amount of cover. You are doing very well. And you've gotten where you hit that target 1 out of every 3 times. Dead in the center. The other 2, you're still hitting the target. It's not quite on center, but 1 out of 3, you're hitting dead center, perfect shots. But yeah, you are doing quite well indeed. All right, and so let's see here with that. Okay, I think actually with that we're gonna call it right there unless somebody else has anything you would like to do on campus before we close out our game a little bit early tonight. Is there anything Haven's Heroes you would like to do?
I want to buy a trinket.
You want to buy a trinket? Because shopping?
Just let me buy one trinket and then we can be done.
Okay. Alright, so you head to the trinkets shop on campus. I need you to please roll me a D100 for your slightly magical trinket that they sell here within the campus of Strixhaven. 49 for Felfiz and 96 for Beacon. By the way, I had run on a Wednesday night trinket table shopping trip thing, and they managed to get a 1 and a 99 on the same night. It was crazy.
Wow.
I know, right? Alright, okay. Felfiz, you find this slightly warm, small red gem. It is warm to the touch, and the person tells you, when you place this gem on an inanimate, flammable material, the material actually catches on fire. So you can start a fire without actually having to, start a fire. Alright, and then that was 96, okay.
That's cool, except, magic.
I mean, it's slightly magical. It's on a delayed factor. It takes,
But I can do that with magic.
well,
maybe.
Yeah. Alright. So this one is super cool. You see this little statue of a cricket that is just chirping very softly on the shelf, and just at first you think it's alive, but it is not. The shopkeeper says, "Oh, I noticed that you seem to be noticing my friend here. I call him Jimmy. He's a good guy. He lets you know if anybody is trying to sneak up on you. He stops chirping if anybody invisible or incorporeal comes within 10 feet. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, he's a pretty special guy.
How much?
Oh, I don't know if I can part with Jimmy. I don't know.
Oh, I bet you could.
Make me an offer.
Oh, crap. I have no concept of money.
Even better, make me an offer.
5 gold.
Sure, deal. And he hands you over this little statue of a cricket that chirps softly in the dark. Yep.
Nice.
All right.
Oh,
Okay.
there we go.
So, with that, my friends, we are going to call it a night now that Beacon has her one trinket. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us here within DMS Adventures Tavern. Thank you for hanging out with our Strixhaven College of Chaos adventure, most especially. But I hope that we will see you back here on Monday for Dragon of Ice Spire Peak adventure, or on Friday as our Eberron campaign gets back underway, or even right back here next Saturday for our Strixhaven College of Chaos adventure, where our Mage Tower game will end up happening. So join us for that and see how well these adventurers or these students do against another team in the Mage Tower games. So until next time, thank you so much for hanging out here at DMS Adventures Tavern, where adventure is always on the menu. Thanks, guys.